Good morning, Tigers. All right, so last week we learned a little bit about Lexington and Concord and Paul Revere's ride. So we're going to review that, and then we're going to move on to something today called the Second Continental Congress. So if you remember, Lexington and Concord happened April 19th of 1775. And it says the battles of Lexington and Concord marked the beginning of the Revolutionary War. So this is what really started this war. British troops wanted to capture leaders of the Sons of Liberty and seize weapons. Paul Revere and William Dawes rode horses to warn the colonists, which helped John Hancock and Samuel Adams escape. Other Minutemen hid the supplies. In Lexington, Britain didn't plan to fight. However, there was chaos and someone fired the shot heard around the world. British forces outweighed the militia, so Americans fled to Concord and gathered more men. When the British army arrived, they searched the town for weapons with little success. The American militia overpowered Britain, which caused them to retreat. They marched back to Boston as Americans followed and continued to attack. So these battles, this shot heard around the world, this is what started the Revolutionary War. So, like I said, today what we're going to look at is the Second Continental Congress. All right. So by May of 1775, tension between Britain and America was rising, which means there was just that uneasiness between the two. British troops were determined to arrest Patriot leaders and kill Minutemen, which are well-trained militia groups ready to fight in a minute, who got in the way. Redcoats, remember those are the British soldiers, were swarming around Boston. The Second Continental Congress decided to convene in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The issues were not just about declaring independence anymore. Now they needed to create a continental army to defend the country from bloodshed. George Washington was assigned to be the commander-in-chief. The Second Continental Congress also agreed to print money to pay for supplies. So we're looking at this first time to realize as a beginning nation, we needed to create our own army, and George Washington is going to be that commander-in-chief. So I'm going to ask you to hop on over to Edpuzzle, and there's a short video with a few questions there for you to look at today.